Okie dokie, let's make kimchi with my grandma. One thing about my grandma is that her way of making kimchi is very fast and easy. So of course you need the Napa cabbage, and you're going to add salt into a large container and dissolve it with water. And today we are making kimchi. So instead of using the whole cabbage, we're gonna chop it up into little pieces. According to my grandma, this is the fastest way to make kimchi, and they are easier to eat because they're already cut up. And my grandma did wash the cabbage beforehand. And now they are soaking in the salt water for about an hour or two. And then my grandma puts heavy containers on top of the cabbage so they are compressed into the salt water. And then in the food processor, I added garlic, and my grandma was adding ginger. And she said to add Korean pear, but we didn't have any, so we skipped that. And my grandma measures by heart. And then you need sweet rice flour, and you add water to that, and then you cook that on the stovetop until it becomes like this. And after that, you just let this cool, and while it's cooling, my grandma washed the Napa cabbage. She said to wash it 3 times just to make sure everything's clean. And she said you have to use filtered water to clean the cabbage as well. She then drained the cabbage and we got started on the sauce. So you add onions, green onions, 새우젓, and fish sauce. She then added gochugaru, the red pepper flakes. Fun fact, she actually made these pepper flakes herself. She picked the red peppers, dried them, and took them to the mill. And I really think that's what makes my grandma's cooking special. Then she added some sugar and the ginger and garlic mixture in the food processor, and then she just mixed it around with her hands. She then started adding the drained Napa cabbage into the container and just mixed it around with her hands. And this is why kimchi is easier than the whole Napa cabbage, because you don't have to layer the sauce in between the cabbage leaves. And after that, my grandma just put them in containers for me to take home.